evening. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of Nightline. We're outside the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, as many parts of the world grieve the death of Kobe Bryant. Tonight, this sports and entertainment arena is its epicenter, a complex turned chapel of sorts for a city in mourning. Kobe Bryant wasn't simply a star, he was a symbol of how far gifts and grit can take a person. The fact that he died so young and so tragically, along with his teenage daughter and 7 others in a helicopter crash, reminds us all, not just sports fans, how quickly and how unexpectedly life can change. And whether famous or not, fate will humble us all.
I want to be the best player that I can become, and I would do anything to accomplish that. Sports is a very emotional thing, and in our world, that emotion is what creates the magic.
5-time NBA champion, 18-time All-Star, 2-time gold medalist, Oscar winner, husband, father. Kobe Bryant's tragic death at age 41 felt around the world, from his fans to his friends.
Kobe, my thoughts are with you. Absolutely. Rest in peace, young man.
To his colleagues.
He brought joy to so many young kids that had the same admiration and same desire to do something unique.
Tributes pouring in from all corners of the world. His face on the front page of major newspapers. Kobe Bryant was not a perfect man. No one is. But he pursued his craft, his passion, with a thirst for perfection, like few athletes the world has ever watched.
This man was probably the fiercest competitor the game has ever seen. He did not want to lose.
One of the iconic players that the NBA has ever seen. He was an explosive athlete that could dunk on anybody, yet at the same time, he was really read. He did his homework. He spoke a couple of languages. He was a basketball intellect.
This sudden loss, leaving the city Kobe called home for decades in mourning.
The 2 landmarks in Los Angeles at the end of the 21st century were the Hollywood sign and Kobe Bryant. That's it.
Sunday morning on the shy side of sunrise, when witnesses say the LA fog was thick as milk, Kobe, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, a few of her teammates, coaches, and parents were on their way to the girls' basketball game when their helicopter crashed. All 9, pilot included, dead, including John Altobelli, Harry Altobelli, Alicia Altobelli, Sarah Chester, Peyton Chester, and coach Christina Mauser. My colleague TJ Holmes spoke today with Matt Mauser, Christina's husband.
She really took a lot of pride in being there for those girls, and she absolutely adored them. And I was so proud of her. I said, Christina, you're doing something that, no other person in the world is doing. You're coaching basketball with Kobe. And I'm so proud of you. I hope I said I love you. I hope I said I love you. I just don't know.
We do know plenty about Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe's father, Joe Jelly Bean Bryant, played 8 seasons for the NBA and 8 more in Italy. He moved the family when Kobe was 5. When he returned home to Philadelphia, he became a high school hoop star, catching the attention of ESPN in this 1996 report.
On Fridays and Saturdays, I would go in my rec room with my basketball and basically dribble myself to sleep. And I think that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. Because during those lonely hours in the rec room, I discovered the hunger, the motivation, and desire to be the best possible basketball player that I could be.
By his senior year, the kid had swagger, announcing, or rather daring the world to listen. He was going pro.
Kobe Bryant decided to take my talent to No, I have decided to skip college and take my talent to the NBA.
Critics doubted. His parents never did.
I don't have any doubt in my son. He gets 110% grades. I mean, his grades are good, and you see how he plays.
At age 17, Kobe Bryant became just the 5th high school basketball player to jump straight to the NBA.
Coming into the league, the pressure on Kobe Bryant was enormous. You've got this 17-year-old kid coming straight from high school to the pros. Was he going to play in college, or was he going to jump straight to the pros? A lot of people thought he wasn't ready. A lot of people thought he needed a couple years of seasoning, and he could easily get that in college.
Drafted by Charlotte in 1996 and quickly traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, he was still living at home with his parents. Telling Barbara Walters his older Laker teammates ribbed him about that.
Anybody ever tease you for still living at home? Do your teammates ever tease you?
All the time.
What do I say?
All the time. So you still living with your mama's boy, and this, that, and the other. I said, oh, that's cool. I don't care.
No time for girlfriends?
No time, because I'm so busy running around playing basketball.
You were a very good student in high school, and you could have gone on to college, and you decided not to. Why did you pass on to college?
I just saw the NBA being such a challenge and such a thrill for myself, but at the same time, I can still play in the NBA, still get my education.
How did you get your education?
Summer school. It takes a while. It takes a while. It's a longer process, but if you can have the best of both worlds, why not?
If you look back at all of the great highlights of his career, he wasn't braggadocious, he didn't taunt, he didn't thump his chest, he didn't say anything while he was out there on the floor. And it just showed the level of discipline and maturity that he always carried himself with.
He purposely mimicked his boyhood idol, Michael Jordan, not just his style, even his speech.
Michael Jordan just seemed to have this otherworldly talent. Kobe had that too, but you could feel like you could reach out and touch it. That you might be able to be like him by watching him, by doing what he did. So on the court, you take that last second shot, you're trying to be like Kobe. You're yelling out, Kobe! Trying to make it. That's what he meant to that generation and so many basketball fans out there.
Kobe told Barbara Walters Jordan encouraged him to stay aggressive.
Does staying aggressive mean playing aggressively, or does it mean don't be scared?
It means you don't want to be intimidated by what people are saying. You have to continue to go out there and do the things that got you to that point.
What do you say to critics who say you're too showbiz, too many tricks?
Thank you.
I'm glad you know this.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, most of the time I really don't try to showboat.
Because you are so young, and because you've done so well, because of the All-Star game, there are some people who are perhaps hoping you'll fail. You know that.
It only drives me to succeed even more.
So you can show them?
Not necessarily show them, but when people say things like that, it motivates me even more. And then at the end, if I prove them wrong, it's icing on the cake.
Do you ever worry if it's too much too soon?
Sometimes I do think about that. The biggest challenge for me is stay focused on the game and to keep the game fun.
Come game time to his opponents, he had fun and focus like a snake, ready to strike. Bryant gave himself the nickname the Black Mamba, kill without provocation or apology.
Mamba mentality came out of that Black Mamba character, and what that meant, long story short, was this sort of like take no prisoners, killer mentality. This mentality of you can do anything you want to do. Nothing is impossible if you have that Mamba mentality. If you're willing to work harder than anybody else, if you're willing to put in more time, if you're willing to do the things to be great at your craft that no one else will do.
Well, they're 70. In 2006, his venom paralyzed the Toronto Raptors for a jaw-breaking 81 points.
And I remember watching it on TV, and the whole time, I just had one phrase going through my mind. This can't be happening. What is he doing? What is this? Again? Shot after shot, free throws. It's just every once in a while you see an athlete doing something that you will remember for the rest of your life. That 81-point game, that was a moment for me.
81-point game. It was the NBA version of a beatdown, and former player Jalen Rose took the brunt of it.
When one of the all-time great players have a historic game, there's really nothing you can do about it. And unfortunately, people on the other side have to be a witness up close and personal to their greatness. And we joked after the game, at least we kept them under 100 points. How about that?
Kobe Bryant became a global superstar not just because of his talent or his times. He, like few others, could literally talk to the world. Spanish, Italian, Chinese. It was also a career not short of scandal, and eventually, surprisingly, a softer side. When we come back, Kobe Bryant, even more fierce about his family than his profession.
And who is your hero? Who is your basketball hero?
guy that I idolize.
And if you could be like your dad, you'd be very happy.
Oh yeah. If I can follow his footsteps, I'll be more than happy.
A complicated man with demons to conquer and miles to go through the eyes of one who knew him well.
There are lots of women's health providers out there. OBGYNs, midwives, primary care providers. How do you find the one who's right for you? One who matches your needs, your interests, and makes you feel like you have a partner. No matter what stage of life you're in, myprovidermatch.com does just that. Simply take a quiz to discover women's health providers selected just for you. myprovidermatch.com. Don't just find a provider, match with the right one.
Coming up in Lincoln, January 31st through February 2nd at the Lancaster Event Center. It's the family show of all outdoors. Pat Egan's 51st annual Boat Sport and Travel Show. With RVs, motorhomes, boats, trailers, toy haulers, discount tackle, family entertainment, and fun for everyone. Vets are free on Friday. Lots of free parking. Doors open at noon on Friday, 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. Bring the neighbors. See you there. Don't you dare miss it.
Sports Show.
Incredible savings on mattresses during the big mattress sale. Now at Ernie's Mattress First. Save on every mattress, every brand, from A to Z's. Save up to 60% off. Get a queen for the price of a twin with purchase of select ceiling mattresses. Plus, up to 48 months special financing. Overcomplicated, overpriced mattresses? Get over it and get into big savings during the big mattress sale. Now at Ernie's Mattress First Lincoln. Oh yeah. Mornings start here.
Financing for 66 months plus $2,750 bonus cash and $1,750 Ford credit bonus cash on F-150 at your Midwest Ford dealers.
With the sweetest fadeaway jump shot schoolboys and girls around the world would imitate, Kobe Bryant was the man, especially to millennials. A star in full bloom at the birth of social media. For all of his global attention, few of us knew how much he stumbled at the start.
I met Kobe Bryant when I was almost a rookie, 23 years old, in this business of sports writing, and he was a rookie, just coming out of high school.
Veteran sports reporter Rachel Nichols did. They were both kids in cutthroat businesses.
A lot of this is lost now in the myth of Kobe Bryant. He did not have an easy entry into the NBA. He joined a team that had a lot of veterans. They did not like that this kid was getting all the attention, both from the media, from the pop culture world. There was 100 things, and they hazed him. And he had friends on the team, but by and large, he was not welcome. And he and I talked quite a bit about that. And at the end of it, he sort of looked at me and he said, "We're gonna be okay." He said, "They don't know what's coming." And I will remember that conversation for the rest of my life.
Kobe Bryant turned it around, of course, with tenacity. 5 titles didn't hurt. His edge, like his work ethic, legendary.
What was unique about Kobe Bryant's work ethic? Unique about his intensity?
You need to be crazy good to be a professional athlete, and you need to have an insane work ethic. That's the baseline, right? For anybody. The odds of you making it as a pro is less than 1%. So everybody who makes it to the NBA is that. Then double it for Kobe Bryant. Allen Iverson tells a story about they were going to be playing each other, and he and Allen were talking and said, "Oh, what are you doing tonight?" And Allen said, "I'm going to the club." And Kobe said, "Oh, I'm going to the gym."
At the peak of his profession, Kobe Bryant nearly lost it all. In 2003, a 19-year-old hotel worker accused Bryant of rape, allegations he denied. The charges were eventually dropped when his alleged victim declined to testify. They reached an undisclosed financial settlement in civil court. His cocky yet clean-cut image permanently shattered. According to Nichols and many who knew him well, the experience sobered Kobe Bryant. No longer quite so entitled. Certain sides to his edge softened.
He made a real effort after that to make sure that women's voices were heard, to put up women's sports as being important and something that needed a place on the stage.
And he leaned hard into his family, his wife, their daughters.
Those girls were so important to him. Players, they get back often from road games in the middle of the night, right? It's 3 in the morning. And he would wake up in the morning to take his daughters to school and then get in the workout and then do all the other things he had to do. He knew that that in the end was his legacy. All the titles, all the points, all the moments, it was going to be those girls.
A doting father of 4, Natalia, Gianna, Bianca, and Capri were his greatest accomplishments. But it was his second born, known as Gigi, who inherited his love of basketball. Something the proud dad often bragged about on Instagram. And in an interview like this 2018 appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Do you think your daughter might want to play in the WNBA?
She does for sure.
She does?
I mean, this kid, man.
Wouldn't that be great?
Dude, man, the best thing that happens is when we go out and fans will come up to me and she'll be standing next to me and they'll be like, hey, you gotta have a boy. You and V gotta have a boy, man. Have somebody carry on the tradition, the legacy. She's like, oh, I got this. But that's right. Yes, you do. You got this.
And like her daddy, Gigi dreamed big.
She has it all mapped out in her head already. You know, things change when you're kids, obviously, but she's like, I'm going to high school, I'm going to win state championships, and then I'm going to go to University of UConn, and I'm going to play for Gino. She has her Husky shirts, and she does not take those things off.
By all accounts, Kobe Bryant was both intentional and fierce about everybody and everything that mattered to him. When he hung up his sneakers, he leaned into writing a boyhood passion, and of all things,
Kobe!
won an Oscar.
Natalia, Gianna, and Bianca, ti amo con tutto il mio cuore. You are my inspiration. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Academy Award winner, social justice advocate, successful entrepreneur, Hall of Fame NBA career, all packed into 41 years. Kobe Bryant lived 2 remarkable lives. Complicated, charismatic, gifted. For all the reasons why the world loved him, those who knew him best loved him most.
You're a mother, beautiful twin daughters. When your daughters 20 years from now are grown women, and if someone says, Mama, who was Kobe Bryant? What will you say?
He was one of the greatest. He really was. And he had such a fierce confidence about what was possible. And that is what I would love people to take away from him. It's not just the titles or the things he did on the public stage. He thought, yeah, I could do this. You could do it. We could do it. I would love for the kids who look up to him to take that into their own lives.
We'll be right back with a final note.
I've always said that I wanted to be remembered as a player that didn't waste a moment, didn't waste a day. I felt extremely blessed by the God-given talent, but at the same time, I didn't take it for granted at all. And so if I could be remembered as a person that was born with a lot of talent, but did everything he could to try to overachieve, you know, that lived every day as if he was the 12th guy on the bench, and something that hopefully the players that are now and players that will come later choose to embody as well.
All that fans, and most especially families lost on a hillside in Southern California, is also a sobering lesson, a reminder to the rest of us. Tomorrow is not promised. With the fierceness of a Kobe Bryant, may we all now lean into life and love and family more with all we have. That's Nightline from Los Angeles. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Alexa, tell me about Neptune's star.